Everybody, I hope you're having a great time learning Git. I wanted to make an extra video to sum up all the things we have learned so far and talk a bit about the Git workflow. And without further ado, let's just mention that the three states in which your files can be in are the working area, the staging area, and the repository. So let me reiterate that whenever you create a file, that will be in your working directory. And like I have stressed in previous videos, introducing a file to a Git repository is a two-way process. First, we need to transfer the file from the working area to the staging area, and then from the staging area to the repository. The first command to achieve the first transfer is the git add, let's say, name text command. And basically this add command adds or introduces your files to the staging area, or the index, how it's also known. And here you could simply visualize the staging area as just a loading dock where you try to decide which of your changes get shipped away. Right, so we now lie in the staging area after we have added the file there. And in the staging area, you can simply use the git commit -m and a message command. And this command basically tells Git to ship all the changes and introduce them to the repository here. Well, this Git repository is the place to be if you're a file, because here Git tracks you and you're in Git's graces. So the repository keeps snapshots of every point in time in the project's history, so you can never lose or overwrite it. And this commit command takes all your files from the staging area and just pushes them to this repository, where you can view your commit history using the git log command. And this is just an optional command, only if you want to view your commit history. Right, so let me just cut all of this and redemonstrate fluidly the whole process. As we can see, we're inside the root directory. Let's create a new file via Sublime Text. So let's say new file.txt. Let's save the file empty as it is, as the content is unimportant. Right, let's run an ls. And as you can see, the file has been added to the working area. And now let's run a git status command, and as you can see, the file lies now in the untracked file headings, and which pretty much says that the file is new and Git has no knowledge about it. Had you modified an existing file, you would see a heading called changes not staged for commit here, which pretty much means that the file is not yet in the staging area. And that's Git's way of telling you that if you're happy with the file, stage it. Right, so now let's go ahead and stage this file. So for that, we'll type in git add new file.txt, and the file should now be in the staging area. Let's run a git status. As you can see, the file now lies in the staging area, because we can see that the changes to be committed heading is displayed here, which means the file is in the staging area and is good to go. It's good to be committed to the repository or transferred to the repository. Right, so let's now go ahead and commit this change, adding file new file text to the repository. Let's go ahead and press enter if we're happy with the name. And as you can see, our commit has been successfully modified, and the file has been transferred from the staging area to the repository. So make sure you remember this adds the files to your repository where Git can track it and you cannot lose it. So if now we can run git status command, we'll see that we're branch master and there's nothing to commit. So we have successfully transferred the file from our working area to the repository, all the way to the repository via these two commands. So the first one is git add, by adding the file to the staging area, and the second one is git commit, by adding or committing the file to the repository. Right, so that sums our basic learning so far. In the next videos, we'll go into more complex concepts in Git. I hope you have enjoyed this revision. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.